Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Jason. This is our Creation Homestead, and we're out here tonight. We're going to be doing a little bit of fall planting. We've got our spot in our cinder block garden, cinder block bed here. We got our spot that we grew our beets in earlier in the year. Beets did really well over there. So we're going to try to plant something else there. We need to get some more things in. We still got a month and a half or so. So we're gonna try to put 3 things over here. Okay. Some Hackarai turnips, watermelon radishes, and a little kohlrabi. Watermelon radishes we've had before. Hackarai turnips and the kohlrabi we have not. Okay, so we tried planting the kohlrabi last year in a different bed over on the other side of the yard. That bed, the dirt may not be quite as good as this one, so we're gonna try it over here, see how it goes. First thing we're gonna plant is this purple Vienna kohlrabi right here. Okay. Like I said, it's from Haas Tools. We planted some last year. These are the same seeds from last year. And they grew up some, and they never really produced the actual head that it's supposed to produce. Now, we've never had kohlrabi before. We want to try some kohlrabi. Not exactly something you find in your local grocery store. And but the thing is, it's supposed to be like a nice, cool, crisp, just bite, right? And best I remember.
Some people say that it almost tastes like a cross between some kind of a brassica and maybe some kind of a more crisp apple.
Yeah, okay. So now I'm just planting them about a 1/4 inch deep in some good dirt here. I'm spreading them out, okay, because they do grow up kind of big and round. So I'm not, honestly, as long as we get them to grow, I'm not concerned if we get 20 or 40 in here. I'm just trying to get some in here. So we're not worried about quantity so much here as much as it is space to let it grow. That's one thing about the fall gardening, is because there's not a whole lot of time left, you want to make sure everything's given the best environment possible to grow. So I'm not terribly concerned about having the most possible in here, just getting something productive going. So I might only spread them out a little bit here and put 3 seeds in a row, about, like I said, about 1/4 inch deep. And we'll come back and fertilize this dirt after they've germinated. I didn't fertilize it now. One thing you need to remember is, if you're reusing any kind of dirt at all that you've already used that year, you're going to want to refertilize it. You're going to want to tear out the weeds, tear out the roots that are inside that dirt, and refertilize it, because what was there before used up most of the energy in that dirt. Okay, so we're going to come back later and refertilize this dirt, but you need to refertilize your dirt every time. Unless, of course, you put something in there that doesn't really take from the dirt, like some kind of legume or anything like that. They don't, like a pea of some kind, they don't necessarily take anything from the dirt. But you need to make sure that you've given your seeds the best possible environment to grow in. And that's always the most important thing right now. Alright, next we're planting these watermelon radishes. They're beautiful radishes, okay? Very striking, very unique. If you don't have a whole lot of gardening friends, and you grow some of these and you show a picture of it to them, or show them the actual watermelon radish itself, they're going to be like, oh wow, because it's such an amazing picture. We grew some of these last year for the first time, and they need cool weather, okay? They need cool weather completely, because if they try growing hot weather, they're going to be hot and spicy, okay? But this right here, growing them in the fall, they handle the frost really well. They're again a beautiful, striking radish. Whereas your normal radish is about, 1/4 size or whatever. These are like this. They can get huge, about 3 or 4 inches in diameter. And so you give them a little bit of space, and they can handle frost. Now, one thing about all these things we're planting here is that they can all handle frost, but if like a light frost to a medium frost even. But if you feel like it's not going to make it, like your vegetables are not going to make it, and you're going to get a heavier frost or a freeze, you can cover them easily. Okay, we use Agribon, or some or some different frost covers or row covers to protect our vegetables and to extend our growing season. And this again will be easily covered. This bed's easily covered. It's got good spaces for holding down your cloths and whatnot. So that's something to remember as well, is that what you're planting, if it can grow even into November or so, depending on where you're at. Even if you get some frost, you can cover it and keep it alive and keep it going. And these are certainly items that do that.
How deep are you planting them?
These are going about 1/4 inch deep as well. Everything's about 1/4 inch deep with these, with all 3 of these. So I'll put about 1/4 inch deep inside some good loose dirt, and water them down really well. You should have no problem. Now, as I plant this last row of these watermelon radishes, I've got to tell you, last year we found that these were great in the salad, and they were wonderful roasted. Just a good sweet flavor, a fairly sweet flavor for a radish. Maybe you don't always expect a radish to be sweet. This is a fairly sweet flavor, and like I said, they were great roasted or raw and fresh in a salad, and it just adds a level of flavor that maybe you're not necessarily used to, but it's a nice variety to have. That way it's not always the same old stuff, you know what I mean? So this is a hybrid turnip called a Hackarai. It's an F1, and it is a brassica, okay? So we have to watch out for those cabbage moths. But it's supposed to be ready in like 38 days. And they say that they're best for harvesting for greens and for radish-sized turnips in about 30 days, okay? So we can do that in about a month. So we still have plenty of time to get these in, get these growing. And they say, honestly, they're better under 2 inches in diameter anyways. So it should be a really quick growing turnip, and something that shouldn't take too much care. All right, so these seeds are very small, as you can see. Actually, the kohlrabi seeds are about the same size. Very small seeds, and I might wind up just kind of giving them a light sprinkle. In fact, I think I'm going to do that. Is I'm just going to give me a little row like this, and just going to give them a light sprinkle, and I'll have to thin what I don't want, because these seeds are so small that my fingers ain't going to be able to handle them very well. So I'm taking it like this. You get a little pinch of them, like you're getting a dip of snuff. And
how much snuff have you been dipping?
None. I've never took a dip in my life. And here, heck, I'm sprinkling them. I can't tell I sprinkled them. I mean, you can't see them at all. So I'm just gotta trust that they're falling somewhere. And you can thin these as you want, basically, because they're so tiny that it's hard to control them. So that's my recommended usage of these seeds anyways. You just let them fall they want. Okay, we got those planted. Again, just sprinkle them in there. We're gonna have to thin them as we go about, as they germinate. But again, you still, like here in Zone 6B, Southwest Ohio, we have a good 6 weeks of growing weather. Get things planted if you have some empty space. Get them done, get in there, and just keep trying, just keep planting. All right, don't ever waste your time, waste your space. And sometimes it's not until November till we get a good frost going. So you may still have 8 weeks of good growing weather. That's even better, right? So again, those turnips, by the way, are also called salad turnips. So they're good like raw inside of a salad as well. We've never had them. That's what they say, and we want to try it. All right, thank you guys for watching. Again, my name is Jason. This is our Creation Homestead. Love you guys. God bless you, and goodbye.